Hello, dear friends. It's impossible to transform a system without making a fuss, just like when an elephant enters a china shop. Opinion piece. This is a Circus. Solar storm alert. Strange day ahead. This is not Atlantis. Unavoidable turmoil. Earthquake in the Caribbean. Sirens sounded in Puerto Rico. Let's start. The phrase, "this is a circus," is used to describe a situation that is considered scandalous, just as a circus seems to be a place full of frenetic activity. The political debate has become a media circus, and the economic crisis caused by the clumsiness of politicians is in full swing. This implies that the situation is humiliating or embarrassing for those involved in corruption. When I try to understand what President Trump and his advisors are doing, I'm left with confusion and empty spaces that I am unable to fill. I don't know what is going on with the players at the game board. I have a general idea of what's going on with he who sits on both sides of the board. May his will be done on earth, as it is in heaven, says Poet Dog. You can't judge by appearances, but the lion is not as fierce as they paint it. It's hard to guess a poker player's cards when he's bluffing, but he sure hides more than one ace up his sleeve, because he has a higher backing which is the divine plan, but he could deviate from that plan if he lets himself be tempted by the dark side. According to Saint Germain through James McConnell, President Trump wants to not only make America great again, but make Earth great again, make the world great again, make everything come together the way it should be, the way it was meant to be. As you are the ones in the entire galaxy who have come here to be a part of this and to move this expression forward, but not just the expression here on this planet again, but the expression throughout the solar system and the galaxy. The ascension of the entire galaxy is in the process of beginning now because of what you are doing here on this planet, what you came here to do. Saint Germain explains to Rob Loveland why we will not fall into the trap of Atlantis. Although it may not seem like it from external appearances, the light energy that the vast majority of humanity possesses is higher now than it was long before the sinking of Atlantis. The vast majority of humankind wants change, but the thing about change is that it always feels like an upheaval, a turbulence in the process of that change. The divine plan of the Mother is for this to happen now. This is the time of prophecy. This is the beginning of that transition, known biblically as the 1,000 years of peace. It is happening now. It will happen and you will see it emerge. Breaking news. Solar storm alert. G1 class storms possible on February 10-11. Trump says he will meet with Zelensky next week. Trump to force Zelensky to agree a ceasefire before Easter. Justice Department end task force aimed at seizing Russian assets. Trump demand all information on those who tried to assassinate him. Bill Gates predicts that the Black Swan event would depopulate 94% of the population. Tom Homan gives illegal immigrants the opportunity to return home voluntarily. The governor of California approves $50 million to help immigrants and strengthen legal defense. Justice Department sues Chicago, State of Illinois, and local officials over sanctuary city laws. Trump revokes Biden's security clearance, and there will be no more intelligence briefings in plural. He declared that Biden cannot be trusted with sensitive information, in quotes. The Washington Post revealed on Friday that Elon Musk agents have gained access to FEMA's sensitive disaster data, which contains information on tens of thousands of disaster victims. Steve Bannon lashes out at Wall Street and oligarchs, but the word banker doesn't come out of his mouth. He predicts that many Democrats will end up in prison for their use of lawfare. He also describes Elon Musk as a globalist, though he acknowledges his role in helping elect Trump. X22 report: Trump is using Obama's weapons against the dark side. There will soon be a Red Cross audit, and this would expose human trafficking. Germany is in trouble because the green scam has destroyed the country. Trump closes the electric vehicle charging program. The Fed is setting a trap for Trump. According to Steve Biko, over 10,000 medical beds have just been confiscated from the dark side bunkers. Trafficked minors and war heroes are being cured. The battle is almost over, and the final destruction of the complex is underway. Public deployment begins. In 410, Emperor Honorius ordered all legions stationed in Britannia, south of Hadrian's Wall, to return to Rome, leaving only a few tiny Roman detachments on the islands. At some point between 2025 and 2028, President Trump could order all the legions stationed in Europe, the Middle East and Asia, and the Pacific to come back home. Bribes. Elon Musk accuses the Treasury of making fraudulent payments of $50 billion annually. The Treasury paid more than $100 billion a year to unidentified people. 14 states to file lawsuits against Doge access to government payment systems. Judge bans Doge from accessing confidential Treasury documents. Panicked Obama judge issues ruling ordering Elon Musk to destroy all evidence of fraud obtained by Doge in past 2 weeks. The Agency for International Development, USAID, funded a propaganda platform that extends censorship to billions of people around the world. Trump cancels all government contracts with major media outlets following political scandal and will fire 97% of USAID staff. Trump blocks aid to South Africa for confiscating white land. Economy. Gold rises for 6th consecutive week. Stocks fall and dollar rises amid tariff negotiations. Natural gas volatility blows out record prices. Crude oil price on track for third straight weekly drop. Cocoa price plummets on weak demand. A third of US states now exploring Bitcoin and crypto for public funds. Department of Transportation holds funding for electric vehicle charging infrastructure. Elon Musk says he doesn't want to buy TikTok's businesses. US debt is approaching World War II level. Trump's tariffs threaten to push US inflation to 4% in a year. A strange day is coming, says Chaikin, who predicted market crash in 2020. A new, massive and surprising transition that could determine the next great wave of wealth, in quotes. Middle East. Trump tells Fox News that Netanyahu betrayed the US. Netanyahu suggests Palestinians can have a state in Saudi Arabia. Turkey nulls building permanent military bases in Syria. Lebanese Prime Minister forms new government that includes Hezbollah, rejects Trump envoy's red lines. Iran inaugurates first ever drone carrier in Persian Gulf. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei shuts door to negotiations with US after Trump restores maximum pressure. White House eases grip on Gaza, stresses no troops on ground. Colonel Ann Wright thinks women in the Biden administration are complicit in the genocide in Gaza. Letter from Prince Turki Al Faisal to President Trump, in quotes. Palestinians are not illegal immigrants who should be deported to other lands. The lands are their lands, and the houses that were destroyed are their homes, and Palestinians will rebuild them as they have done after previous attacks against them. Most of the people of Gaza are refugees, driven for their home. Close quotes. Europe. The Baltic countries complete their disconnection from the Russian electricity grid. The German economy minister warns Trump about tariffs. You also have something to lose, he said. The British government orders Apple to provide all its users' data. Spanish banks earned 31,768 million euros in 2024, 21% more, and broke a new record. Americas. A powerful earthquake shakes the Caribbean Sea next the Cayman Islands. Sirens sounded in Puerto Rico after a tsunami warning. Another 7.5 magnitude earthquake also occurred north of Honduras. On Saturday, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake occurred in the Caribbean Sea. On February 8, 1843, another 8 magnitude earthquake was recorded there, and it was the largest earthquake on record. It is crazy that it happened literally on the same day in February, 182 years later. Remittances to Mexico hit a new record in 2024. The Mexican peso appreciates 0.72% at the end of the week. A struck confrontation between hitmen and the Mexican army, between cartels and the Mexican army. The Mexican National Guard seizes more than a half a ton of drugs. Peru and the US carry out a large operation against the Aragua train. The main YouTubers think that ending the cartels will be a very difficult operation. Bolivia has the challenge of managing its mining prosperity. Milei signs a decree to privatize the public railway services company. Experts predict that Milei's economic model will find its limit this year. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.